Yeah.
Oh no!
Matt, what the hell was that?
Wasn't me, coach. Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Get off our lawn.
I think we could do. Welcome to Straight Red Card, and Brett's going to keep that in there. That was a sneak attack, man.
Oh, yeah.
That was you just Pearl Harbored me. That's what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
Except not all the violence and blood and guts. Just the shockingness that we're on live right now. Oh, by the way, what did you think?
Too soon, Derek. Too soon.
I know, too soon. It's been almost 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
Ben Chilwell didn't know who Landon Donovan and Dempsey were. Offended by that? I'm not. Why would he know who they were?
He had to have watched the 2010 World Cup.
Can you remember any of the players on the English team besides Rooney?
Lampard? Gerrard?
Lampard, Gerrard. I guess you're right. I don't know.
Green. Wasn't Green in goal?
Yeah, well, I only remember his name because he was the idiot who gave us the goal. I don't know. I would remember Dempsey if I were him, but Donovan
He played at Fulham. I mean,
Donovan. I think he should know who Donovan is. I think he should probably know who McBride is. But if that's not his team that he follows, then he's
he may
not
have heard him.
them.
He may have watched them, but he may not remember them. Fair enough.
Dempsey, you would think he would have known. That one surprised me. Landon Donovan played some brief stints with Everton.
If I didn't watch Chelsea, I'd have no idea who Chilwell is either. So.
That is true, even though he's on the English national
Still
team.
wouldn't know it even then.
Yeah,
until we play them here in November. Sure.
I only care that he's one of Pulisic's best friends, and that's the second interview they've done together. So they're really good buddies. Yeah. They both play on that left side. So they have that
strong side.
Too. Yeah.
Left
they have
side.
that connection. Left back, left winger. So good stuff. Anyhow, the big news, I think, was over the weekend was Pefok with that amazing high angle second goal.
Starting with the nines, huh?
I mean, yeah, we're going to start right with the nines because Pefok scores this amazing goal, and then he scored the game before, right?
Yep.
So that's 2 goals in a row. And the Pokal, or the Pokal, depends on where in Germany you are. I don't think down in the south they might say Pokal. Down up north, I think they say Pokal.
Here in India, we say Pokal.
On the French border, they say Pokal. So I don't know what they say everywhere in Germany. There are accents in Germany, just like there are in the United States. They say things differently. But maybe not that word. I don't know. The point was that this guy's off to a hot start. And right now, he's the only hot start we have. Ferreira's
in Europe, yes.
Ferreira's kind of fading a little.
But
Vasquez is on fire.
Yeah, look at that.
Vasquez is on fire. Man, you had it ready.
I had it ready. I mentioned in the live stream, I'm going to save this for the 9 talk.
I mean, that's funny. Vasquez revealed Berhalter staff was in touch as recently as this past weekend after he scored in a 3-1 win over Eastern. I mean, of course they are. Look at our depth at the 9. It's trash. I mean, okay, that's harsh. It's just not looking good. How's that?
Well, okay, so here's a big question. Leading into the World Cup, we have the 2 friendlies coming up in September. Our last chance. Do you think Berhalter brings in Vasquez?
I think he'd have to. I think you bring
Give
in
him a shot. Fuck it. I mean, he's on fucking fire.
I mean, Pepe is just in purgatory right now. He's in living hell.
We don't need to
not
bring in,
purgatory hell.
We don't need to bring in Ferreira right now because we know what Ferreira offers the team. He's had plenty of games to show it, and he's probably already booked his ticket to Qatar.
And Brendan Aronson could do the same job he does at that false 9 and do it better. So what's the point of Ferreira?
So
I don't get it.
My take on September would be why not bring in Pefok? Why not bring in Vasquez? Just bring them in, see what they can do. Give them a game each.
Don't you bring one more?
I wouldn't even bother because you have how many fucking players are we gonna have on that team that you can play 9? You can put Way in there in a pinch. You can put Aronson in there. If Reyna's back playing with us,
Reyna, you can play him as a false 9 too.
Pulisic's played false 9. I mean, insert random player here will play that position. So I'm saying bring those 2 strikers in, give them a game each to perform. because
Whole
we're
game.
whole game, yeah.
Yep.
You're looking at a World Cup coming up where the only surefire 9 that I'm positive that it's going is going to be Ferreira at this point.
I don't even think that's a surefire.
I'm thinking it's a surefire.
The reason I don't is I think if you look around and you look at what Paxton did, Aronson did for our
Berhalter
youth
talked
teams.
about that though.
Yeah, he did. That's the thing. Berhalter talked about it. Look.
But I thought he said that we're not in a time where we can try to make those changes, like that type of thing.
He did. He did say that, moving Reyna to a 9, but then he changed his tune later and then said, well, let's see where he plays for Dortmund.
Yeah, does Dortmund even play him as an 8?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. Do you actually watch him play at Dortmund?
But
not necessarily last year.
I don't think he's going to play as an 8 for Dortmund. I think he's going to play as a 10. With some responsibilities of going back and helping out.
I think that's pretty much what he did anyways prior to this.
Yeah.
I mean, they want him further up the pitch, of course, but I mean, the game will require him to come back a bit from time to time.
And so right now for me, and this is how it's going to be, there are only so many months up to the World Cup. Whoever's hot is going to get called up. And I tell you who's not going to be hot. Pepe.
Yeah.
He's not going to get hot. He's got no chance of getting hot because Augsburg is awful. They're an awful team. They are a really bad team. Norwich is a fucking horribly bad team. I know you and I talked about this is Sargent's opportunity. Grab it by the horns. This is championship. This is more your level. You're going to score a lot of goals. That doesn't look like it's going to happen either. So
it doesn't appear to be so unless they pick shit up.
Yeah, and Norwich looks so bad. And then DK's injured again. So that's out the window. Hoppy's just moving to Middlesbrough. He'll have to score like 8 to 12 goals to get considered for the World Cup team, I think, between now and the World Cup.
I mean, I guess the versatility that Hoppy brings, playing in both wide position and up top as a 9.
But see, we don't need wide. That's the thing. We need center forward.
Fair. I'm just saying that he can play 9, but he also offers the depth of playing wide as well. But yes, I get your point.
Honestly, I think if you're asking me, and you're saying Ferreira, and some people are going to say Ferreira, it's obvious, but I'm saying, listen, if I'm going to look at this as a rational human being, both Reyna and Aronson can do what Ferreira does and do it better as a false 9. End of story. Ferreira's out for me. He's out. There's no need for him.
We know that Berhalter moves at the pace of molasses.
Yes.
It takes a long time to make changes. And here we are entering our last window with limited chances for other players to show themselves and for Berhalter to alter how he wants to play with a false 9 that's not a also playing striker right now for the club.
And so desperate he's reaching out to Vasquez.
Sure, you have a goal-scoring striker here.
I mean, this is a guy we've never tried before. And now we're thinking, well, we're getting in a desperate situation. Everyone's not doing well except for Peacock. So, let's bring in Vasquez.
I don't know. I'm still standing firm that catching myself as I'm saying it, I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah. Standing firm.
But in all honesty, no. Let's get them all out of the way.
Yeah.
No, I think Berhalter's going to look at this saying, well, and I don't think I personally, I'm channeling my inner Berhalter, which is something you're not doing with Ferreira, I think. I don't think he's going to bounce away from something he's basically played for the last half of the World Cup qualifying and the last window with Nations League. I think Ferreira's pretty much a lock at this point. I think he's looking at who's going to be the other option up top.
Okay, this is true. However, here's what I would say. I agree with you that Reyna could not do what Ferreira does because Ferreira can run his little ass off. All right, and Reyna's not going to run like that all over the field. Aronson, however, can do what Ferreira does and do it longer, do it harder. He's also taller than Ferreira. He's also a better player. He's a more skilled player. He can play that 9. I'm telling you right now.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying I'm channeling my inner Berhalter And I don't see him playing a false nine that's also not a striker. So, I mean, Aronson is not a striker by any means. He's played wing. He's played in the middle. He's never really played that central position. And again, I guess to be fair to that, though, Paxton's never really played that position either as a quote-unquote false nine.
And you got 2 games to try it out with Aronson.
You could. I'm just saying you have Vasquez here, and then you have Pefok that's apparently getting on fire. I mean, he's two games and 2 goals in 2 games. We'll see what happens as we move further into September. I don't know. I don't see it happening.
Okay, here's my top 3 right now, and you can do
your top 3 nines.
My top 3 nines,
and this is
false nines.
Not any particular ranking. Or like,
nope.
Are you just saying the 3? Or are you saying the 3? Or are you saying this is my number 1, this is my number 2? No, number 3.
I'm going to put them in order. Here are the 2 guys that need to play that position. Or I'll give you the 3 guys that need to play the position.
And is this your personal one? Because we need to dictate this. This is your personal lines. Okay.
I also think it's possible. I think it's possible with Greg. I do. I do think this is possible. I think Greg's been thinking about it. Even with this discussion and starting to talk about it with Reyna, I think this is possible. And his reference to Aronson's younger brother. I think he's thinking about this. Why use Ferreira when you got Aronson who can do the same thing and he can score goals too? I'm sorry. You give those opportunities to Aronson. I trust him more to finish those than Ferreira. So he's
need to sell me on that.
So he's 3rd. My 2nd, I'm probably going to go with Vasquez. Let's give him a shot, give him a look, see what happens. First for me, Pefok. Let's put him in a situation or find a way to put him in a situation to what he is doing in Switzerland or did in Switzerland and now what he's doing with Union Berlin. It may require playing a center attacking midfielder to help in a 4-2-3-1. Will Greg do that? Probably not. He's only done it twice in his whole U.S. men's national team history.
So I would like to see more of Vasquez in the September friendlies before I dictate if he's on my top 3 at all.
Yeah, but I mean, my problem with Vasquez, you can watch him at Cincy. He's getting opportunities. He's putting them away.
Absolutely.
He's not really good at holding up the ball. He's not really good with his touches aren't that good. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, we need goals. So
you put him at 2 for basically his goal scoring prowess, and that's about it. Right?
I guess.
Okay. So regardless, since we're going our personal nines.
I'm torn. You can tell I'm
torn. At this point, I would take, and this is no in particular order because I think it dictates on who we're playing. But I think our 9s can consist of, say, an Aronson, a Reyna, and then a Pefok. Because you have your 2 false 9s options, but then you also have your target striker if you need him.
I like your picks. I'll go with yours every day.
To our argument as far as playing like a Reyna or an Aronson at the 10/even false 9 is you're basically playing the Weah and Pulisic as solo strikers at that point. Not solo, sorry, duo strikers, 2 strikers. And we've been at least I know I have been. I know that you can bring it up. We all bring it up from time to time. But I'm a very big proponent of the 2 striker formation. So I'm fine. Then that basically says Aronson or Reyna more or less be a 10 in that situation, rather than a false 9.
I'd like to see them do what they did with that one game, and I can't even remember what it was when they played a 4-2-2-2-2. I love that. Yes. I'll take a 4-2-3-1 every day of the week, but 4-2-2-2, I'd love that. Give it to me. Put it on my plate.
Because I agree with you that as far as a false 9 is concerned, I think Reyna or Aronson bring the exact same attributes that Ferreira brings, but at a higher level.
Yes, and he's shown it already.
And at that point, you don't have to worry about taking Weah or Pulisic out to start either Aronson or Reyna in there. And you can still have Aronson in the midfield as an option with Reyna as the 10/false 9. So, I mean, you could find a way to get all of your key players in there without necessarily screwing up the system. You just wouldn't be playing with that hold-up striker at that point.
Right.
Which could work out for us in the benefit, you know?
It's like the false 9 is actually almost a 10, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's Reyna and that's Aronson. So, I mean, either way, Aronson's probably going to get fucked if that happens. But, I mean, unless that you start the game with Aronson because you want to play a press, and then you slide in Reyna.
Or, again,
once the other guys are tired.
You could shuffle Aronson in as a wing option, or you can shuffle him into the depth with McKinney, Luca De La Torre, Musa. The box to box eights, because he can do that too.
We're not Man City, but Man City has proven you can play what Greg wants to play without an actual 9. I mean, now they got Holland, but so now
Spain won the World Cup without a 9.
Yes, so it's possible to do. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's this. Those are our predictions, or that's our thoughts at the moment.
Before we go, if you have to pick 3, channeling your inner Berhalter, who are you picking?
And then pick 3 not channeling.
Well, we already did that.
I know. I'm just saying, let's give them the option to do that.
Yeah. People who are in the comments section, you leave your personal and your Greg picks. But Derek, who do you think Greg will in fact bring in the World Cup?
It sounds like Vasquez is coming.
Well, at least to September, sure.
Yeah, we're talking about September, right? Vasquez, Pefok, and Ferreira, probably.
Yeah. I'll go with that. Yeah.
That's my guess.
Again, my personal opinion, I would say in September, don't even bring Ferreira. Just bring Pefok and Vasquez, and just give them their 1 game each. Let them prove themselves, and then to our personal picks, how we said it. But I think Ferreira, in Berhalter's eyes, has the ticket to Qatar already set up for him.
You're probably right, although he's going through a little bit of a slump right now, so we'll see how that affects it. But I would rather just go with 2 strikers, like you said, Pefok and Vasquez, and just let's try something else when they're not starting or they're not playing. Well, let's try Reyna and Aronson at the false 9/10.
You could still do that in September, because you could say start, Pefok 1 game, start Vasquez the next game, bring him out like at the 65th minute, and then put like Reyna or an Aronson in at 10.
Yep.
And go that way. You can gamble it still. You can figure out if you're capable of doing that.
And they are perfectly capable of doing it. That's the thing. You got Weah and you got Pulisic on the left and the right, or the right and the left. I mean, you're perfectly capable of playing a 9 that will play a ball through to either one of those guys. So, yeah. All right. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. And we'll be back next with segment 3. All right. Good night.
You're gonna do her. Yeah.
Oh no!
Matt, what the hell was that?
Wasn't me, coach. Welcome to the straight red car. Get off our lawn.